like when
Okay, I turn on the recording right now. So as
mhm,
mentioned, I think the challenge explained by Pak Sony just now, I think is very similar to one of the solution I built for one of the manufacturing in Thailand. So
mm,
basically, the solution that I described just now involve sales marketing who do the forecast and then the production line who will need to plan the production cut everyday production cut for every day for 3 months. And then the procurement will actually based on the sales forecast and also the production cut uh, from the uh, from from the production department to be able to plan accordingly what are the materials they need to procure, what are the materials they have in stocks, right? And with that systems, right, being the information data from three division, right, we will be able to create a very good dashboarding to be able to send us alert and give us insight if anything goes wrong. For example, we know that we need to produce certain amount of product A, but if there is no materials or materials stock is low, material stock is low, then we will be able to identify the issue quickly from the dashboard. So I don't have exactly the solution that I described to do the demo, but I will be able to show one of the similar solution that we already built on
mm,
Grozic platform. Yeah. So you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
This one is not exactly the same, but I think it can give us the concept. Like what I am looking at right now is the ordering status, which is the incoming inventory. Incoming inventory is not logged into their SAP or the accounting system, but when they create the supplier invoice, they actually enter supplier invoice, which produce the incoming inventory. From the incoming inventory, we will know whether we receive, when is the date the containers will come in. So if you click like for this one, we know this one is already received, right? So this one, for example, this one, there is a incoming stock on the 29th or 30th, 29th of November. So this one we haven't received and there is no payment made to this invoice as well. So uh, from this page, right, we will be able to know what are the incoming inventory that we can expect. Yeah. So how this incoming inventory being produced is actually from the so-called in supplier invoice. So they enter the supplier invoice when they order the things, the fruits. In this case, is actually the fruits. When they order, the supplier will issue them invoice and then tell them what is the container number. When do you expect? When is the expectation of the ETA? ETA stands for the expected uh
time of arrival.
time of arrival. What are the quantity you should be expecting? So once they key in all this information, they create this one by one. After they create, right, this actually will help us to create this incoming inventory and it will produce this chart for us where we will be able to see in the timeline here what are the incoming stocks and what are the status, right? And when the stock receive, right, they actually the warehouse will create the good receive note. So the good receive note after they enter, right, they will be able to enter additional information. Let me open this one in full view instead of just the reading pane. So the quantity they expect, the actual quantity they receive, and then based on the currency and handling cost or the import duty, for example, right, they will be able to adjust the pricing. They will be able to adjust the pricing of the items unit cost, and then they will be able to based on this one to recommend how much per unit they should be selling for each of these item. So this goods receipt, right, once you receive, right, it will actually post all the data over to the inventory. So from the inventory, you will have a clear view on what are the available inventory, what are the quantity, and so on. But what I'm going to show you now, right, is very interesting, which is the dashboard. So previously they have no insight at all. How much the inventory they have, how much the incoming inventory they have, what is the portion, what is the ratio of the
Yeah.
inventory, how much the sales they have, how much they already invoice the customers. They have no idea at all in the past. So once this data enter into the system, right, you will see we can create dashboard to help the business with insights on all this information. They don't need to go and ask the IT to produce a report for me on, what is the items that I have, for example. So here is a sample dashboard. Like for example, you can see the monthly sales. Or this is a test environment. That's why you don't see the actual data. But it will give you the data like monthly sales or even the stock movement of the warehouse inventory every month, for example. And then you will be able to see which are the top customers you are selling to, right? So for example, you see two customers here, right? Let's say I'm going to create a sales order for, let's say, customer or the sales is making a sales or customer placing an order. They create a sales order. So they will select customers, like for example, maybe let me choose one of the customers. Let's say this one. Okay, so they're going to deliver to this customer does not have address, huh? So maybe pick one with address. Okay, address. Okay, or they self-collect. When is the date? Which is today's date. So they start to enter the data. For example, I'm going to enter this maybe 100 carton. And then I'm going to pick another items. Maybe this item. Another 100 carton. Right. So with that, it will give us the total amount and so on. They can submit. So see, the moment we created a sales order, right? If you go back to the dashboard, you will be able to see the sales is actually reflected here. So you can imagine like when you have more sales coming in, who are the top customers you sell the most, everything will be reflected here immediately, right? So based on the sales order, right? The amount, everything will be adjusted. Anyone have a question just now? I heard something.
No. I'm just yeah. I'm
Okay.
just humming.
So when you put a sales order, right, you will be able to check the order items in another view as well. So we know that this warehouse is actually have we already have order item of this. So this one is already delivered, already shipped to the customer. So we know that for this one, we have not shipped to the customer. I can create a shipping order, shipping request or shipping order, we call it, right? So I create a shipping order for this. There's some issue here. Okay, never mind. I'll submit this shipping order. So once it's submitted, and the order items will be reflected as well, like, okay, this item is already requested for shipment, right? So immediately we will know from the sales order that we have created just now, we know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items here. The one that I've just created, I have not I have not sent the delivery order or the invoice. So I'm going to create a invoice for this customer, for example, right? So if everything is good, maybe I put, because there is no proper grouping here, so I will maybe enter manually, like this one is Apple, for example, right? Or grapes. So this one is grapes. Then I'll be able to submit. So you can see when the moment I submitted, this delivery order is available. So this is the one that I've just created, delivery or notes and also the sales invoice. I will be able to download the delivery order or automatically send this order to customers, or I will be able to create the invoice and send this invoice to customers, either manually or direct or automatically. But in this customer's situation, they actually do it manually. So based on this, right, now you can see the sales order is clearly stated that this sales order item, there is already an invoice created. And from here, you can also jump to the invoice and print the invoice or check the status. So if they say now maybe based on the invoice, customer claim that they never receive or there are some returns and so on. So based on these customers, for example, I have two customers here, two orders with the same customers. I can pick multiple invoice to create a credit note, or I can pick only one to create credit note. Let's say we create two to create a credit note. So it will auto help us like, oh, this item is actually from this invoice. This item is actually from this invoice and another invoice. So maybe they will enter that, oh, actually the customer returned 10 carton. then the amount they need to be refunded is this much. And there are certain carton, they are adjusting the price instead of returning. So maybe this 20, they are adjusting the price. Instead of 29 ringgit Malaysia, they are actually selling 10 ringgit. So it will do the auto calculations. For example, here, maybe they return 20, here they return 10 cartons. And this is the amount of the credit note. And then you can submit the credit note. From the credit note, we can actually also, I forgot to show this one, you can download the credit notes to be shared with the customer as well. So with that, right, you will be able to see everything is actually adjusted accordingly. The flow from inventory, the flow is actually starts from the sales invoice all the way to the order status, good received, and then the inventory, order item, sales order item, shipping, everything is in one place where all the changes will be reflected directly to the dashboard. I think this just gives us a concept of how important if you are doing this manually in Excel, then you won't be able to get all these insights from one view, you see. So the important is to convert. They were actually doing most of the thing in Excel in the past, actually. So it's just a quick demo to show you what is possible with the platform. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's not exactly the same as what Park Sony was sharing, right? On the materials planning and all this, but is actually the concept is similar. We will be able to build digitize what you are doing in Excel with the same concept of digitize the data format into the system, and then you will be able to produce the report giving the business insights for business justification purpose. Yeah. What do you think, Pak Sonny?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, just info. Pak Yo said that he will have another meeting, so we will just continue on, and then recording we will share to Bapak. Yeah. Go ahead, Pak Sony. Sorry, mau interrupt ya.
Actually, to be honest, by looking at the system, I think the idea is there, but the more important things is we can accurately grasp the user requirement, based on the thing that we gather, so otherwise it sometimes the difficulties realize on while we creating the blueprint.
Yeah, sure. Understand. Yeah. Because the system is different, you see. So for your requirement, of course, we will need to do a requirement gathering, and then to be able to come out a system, we need to plan, design a system in a way that we think is addressing some of the requirements that the users or business user will have. Yeah.
Kalau nggak Pak, kita bisa bikin ini aja, kayak mini POC gitu. Jadi kayak proses kecil kita coba aja gitu, kita try out. Kalau berhasil kan ini kita bisa expand ke yang lain gitu. Ide saya sih gitu Pak.
Iya, jadi satu proses dulu gitu ya.
Ya, satu proses mini POC, proof of concept mininya gitu. Jadi kayak satu proses involve misalnya 3-4 departemen, ya kita pilih inilah teman-teman yang suportif gitu, yang dari 3-4 departemen supaya bisa collaborate. Ya udah, dari situ kita kembangin lagi gitu. Biasanya sih customer lain seperti itu kita kerjain.
Ya, nanti kita coba propose dulu ya ke manajemen ya untuk lanjut untuk step berikutnya, karena memang ini jadi pain, tapi masih banyak prioritas yang lain juga sih. Gitu.
Oh, maksudnya prioritas yang lain untuk IT solutions gitu, Pak. Contohnya apa, Pak? Kalau boleh tahu, Pak.
Ya kan kita lagi memperkuat infrastrukturnya, firewall dan lain sebagainya. Lebih ke priority spending sih.
Oh, oke. Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe we talk about the IT infrastructure side. Maybe I also share a little bit of how our solution is being provided to our customers. Yeah. Okay. So I share a bit of the platform portion.
Okay.
Let me share my slides here. Hold on. Okay, can you see my slides?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so our platform is very simple. We focus on enterprise applications and process automation, right? So we think because the business requirement process always evolve from time to time. So one of the bigger challenge for the old system, right? Every changes you have to go back to the coding, to code compile, do a lot of testing and deploy. It's not easy. So what we provide here is actually what we call a SaaS platform, a software as a services platform. But we have a model of CI/CD where it helps us when there is a change, right, or development. What we do is we have an environment where we develop, test our applications, and once tested, right, we can easily publish the changes to our production environment. So this process is very smooth for most of our scenario where, oh, I need additional field or I need to make some changes to the PDF document, for example. We don't have to go through, recoding. Basically, our environment support us to make changes, test, and deploy, right? So what are the key solutions we have? The one that I demonstrate to you, right, is very much on the intranet application used internally only. But the platform is also supporting public website and also the partner or external website as well. So the Grozic platform actually supports applications of these three different modes. Yeah. So I have show you the inventory tracking system, the sales order, all the way to the invoice and credit notes. Actually, the system we are still developing. So that is actually a prototype. But the customer intention is actually to replace their existing accounting system. So you can see the platform can actually help to automate the business process all the way from the inventory supplier invoice all the way to sales invoice to the credit notes, right? And also we are doing the accounting portion as well. But other than that, the one that is shown on the screen, we were also working on providing a solutions of a smart building where, it also covers public portal, management portal, and tenant portal, which is extranet portal as well. So these are some of the samples to give you idea like what kind of solutions can be built. We also have solutions like for sustainability reporting, the ESG reporting. We have solutions such as computerized CMMS, we call it maintenance management system as well. We also have solutions surrounding, like for example, the event management, booking system, and so on. So this event management is actually the same as one of the modules from the smart building as well, right? So this one is just to give you a idea on what type of solution can be provisioned out from our platform. So the reason I want to share this one, right, is because I want to share one of the important business challenge most of the businesses are facing today. When our customers, they look into how to modernize or build their application, they need to spend a lot on investment on the infrastructure as well. But more and more customers today, they are not maintaining their own data center. They are going for the cloud solution. So how to do the cloud solution, then they will have other challenge like the cloud solution, where it's very hard to predict the cost. When you build the solution on Azure, for example, on AWS, your solution is locked into with the client, with the vendor, the cloud provider is hard to change. So Grozic, we provide a platform where we provide environment to help customers develop the solution they need, and we will help to remove the issue such as unpredictable cost, meaning you pay certain amount of fees to host your applications without limited to the number of users, for example. Or the solution, if you prefer to say, oh, I want my solution to be hosted on Azure, we are allowed to do so because our solution is architecture in such a way that it will not be rely on one cloud, so one service provider and only that service provider. So we support actually any cloud deployment environment and rapid applications development. So basically that helps us to be able to bring the solution live to the market quickly, right? And I mentioned about business change request, for example, we will be able to fulfill that change request very, very quickly as well. So the reason I share this is also to give you an idea, to host a solution, you don't have need to have upfront investment on your hardware infrastructure investment. You will be able to run the applications on our cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically that is my a quick demonstration and introduction of the platform. But I think we would like to explore with you, of course, with Mungasari on in terms of your applications or software requirements, your IT strategy planning. And maybe there is an opportunity where I think we will be able to play a part and to help and research what is possible.
Yeah, actually, I already have a roadmap to cater this requirement. Actually, for dashboard, I can already use the Power BI, yeah, to show to each division about the reporting. But again, in planning process, that I think it's quite challenging because the demand is very dynamic. So it's we need to find a system that's already proven and robust. Yeah. So not built from the scratch. So we are looking for that kind of software application. Yeah. Otherwise, sometimes we misinterpreting user requirement and then the output will become inaccurate.
Understand. So what I'm showing on the screen right now, right, is actually one of our customers in Malaysia. So the whole website is actually developed by us, hosted on our environment as well. So they actually manage all the events, the courses, and all the courses are the products, which is their products listed here dynamically. They call it the product is actually under the programs. All these are actually managed by business users. No, when they add product or they add courses, right? They do not need to go to IT or go to developer, ask them to create pages for them. So actually they manage the products from here. So we have a catalog. We call it event catalog for their case. So they actually create events, enter the content, and all this content will be used to dynamically show up on the website as well. And they are actually using Power BI because since you mentioned Power BI, right, for the dashboard. So the application is actually using the dashboard we provided, but they are heavy BI user as well. So we actually provide API for them to get the data to produce the report to be used in the Power BI. So maybe I will quickly show you how we built our API. Yeah? So if I go to the environment, I go to the events, for example, right? So how I create the API for them to get data to present in the Power BI, right? You see the endpoint here. If you want to get all the registration, or registration is the transactions customers buy the courses, buy the products. So registration, we actually set it as protected. It's a get method. When you get this registration, how we design the API is very simple. See, we have a drag and drop designer to design the flow. But for this API, you don't need to create a very complex flow. You just define the variable that I want to get the registration data from the database. I want to get the data filtered by the date, for example. So this one will give us a list of records of all the registration. And then the next thing is I will just render that record in JSON to the API call. It's very simple, the way we build it. So when they come to us, say, oh, I also need to know like what all the how many members I have in my database, and I want to do a report for members categorized. Members is their customers. Then what we need to do is again, member is actually stored in web application. So we'll go to web application. Under the endpoint, I have members. Also get. So again, to get member is very simple. I'll just create a variable, return data from my database, and then I will return all the data. So let me show you the number of members they have today. Yeah? So if I go to members, you can see for these customers, this is the list of members record. How many members they have today? They have about 6,000 members already in just 2 months' time, right? And how do they manage all this without system? In the past, they have to do everything in Excel. All the registration, they have to go through Excel to compile the reports. But today, they don't need, they just go Power BI, call the registration API, and then do the charting in Power BI for them. Yeah, so it's actually very powerful. When they raise a change request, for example, the events, they want to add additional information. They were saying, oh, I want to run a conference. I don't have currently the solution does not support the pricing for with promo code. Then I just quickly add a promo code. With a promo code they shared, the customer will be able to get a special pricing. So the way we change it, again, if I show you the event form, right? This is the form. This is the event form, events, right? My design, you see, everything is drag and drop here.
Yeah.
Drag and drop. I don't even need to touch my code, yeah, to create a promo code for them. I just add additional things. Right? And then with this, we define the view, how you want the data to be shown here. So you see this view is actually, I just turn on and off what column I want to show and all this, right? Yeah, so I just turn on. Then from here, from this one, we'll be able to get the view we want. So for example, I want to show this course mode, whether it's in person or online. I can go here, delivery mode. Yeah, you see, I can do a simple formatting to create an icon and so on. So this is the view, right? So this is how the
Kalau ini
solution is provision. Yeah,
kalau ini semacam low code no code platform ya Pak,
yeah,
bisa masuk kategori itu. Tapi kita bisa customization-nya jauh lebih gampang daripada no code and
yeah,
no code low code platform biasanya gitu. Biasanya kan mereka mau di customize susah segala macam. Kalau kita gampang tinggal masukin coding juga bisa gitu. Jadi sangat-sangat fleksibel. Bisa di dua alam bilangnya.
Codingnya pakai apa yang dikenal?
Any what language you can put on coding? Yeah.
Most of the pages here supports HTML, CSS, and then JavaScript. So for builders, I think citizen developers, you don't need to know the coding C# or JavaScript or Node.js or Python or whatever. No, everything is already, the whole platform is based on microservices architecture, where certain things is done in Python, certain microservices is done in a different language as well. Yeah, but to business users or developers in the company, they just need to know how to create form, how to do some CSS. But we are not selling the coding, the creating capability. Usually we build the solution for our customers. Yeah. But I'm just sharing with you how we build the solution. Yeah.
Ya,
Jadi bagusnya sifatnya hybrid, Pak.
Ya, sebenarnya sih kan tadi ya,
Sorry Pak, agak kerasan Pak. Sorry, itunya speakernya.
yang apa namanya, low code no code itu kan sebenarnya kita juga udah banyak ya ditawarin gitu lah. Tapi kan ini menawarkannya solution ya, artinya
Ya betul.
apa yang kita bisa deliver gitu kan, bukan
Betul.
produknya, cuman
Betul.
Ya.
Ya kita kemarin juga begitu juga sih, sempat dengan satu satu apa partner gitu ya. Mereka juga nawarkan solution itu yang ditawarkan salah satunya juga low code juga gitu ya untuk
Hmm.
deliver itunya. Nah, cuman ya kan kita tadi belinya solution, cuman yang jadi trapnya adalah awalnya dibilang, oh ini per license-nya sekian sekian sekian, oke ya nggak mahal sih. Tapi setelah tahun jalan ini tiba-tiba ada perubahan policy, license-nya naik.
Hmm.
Ya gitu deh
Um,
penyakitnya ini
ya,
company luar negeri gitu kan.
Nah iya,
ya.
tapi
US gitu.
jadi kayak a bit traumatic ya.
Iya betul betul.
Ya, ya, tapi gini Pak, kita kan sama-sama orang Indo Pak, ya kan, dan kita bisa bicara ini kan Andi sama Keke kan juga mengerti banget kondisinya Bapak, ya kan. Jadi apa
Hmm.
namanya dan
Itu orang
apa
Indo juga sih.
Oh gitu.
ya tapi kita kan bukan perusahaan internasional gitu loh Pak, maksud saya.
The
Jadi we
product is
understand.
the product is local Asia product, not the Western product.
Iya, 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 iya.
Yeah.
So in terms of licensing those kind of stuff, itu
Yeah.
kita bisa bicarakan lah Pak, ya kan? Apa namanya? I think the idea here, Andi dan Pak Keke is actually, want to support gitu Pak. Ya.
Iya betul Pak. Komitmen kita sih gitu. Jadi kalau license kita akan permudah. Kalau mungkin bisa juga dibikin agreement misalnya 3 tahun price-nya seberapa gitu. Jadi nggak ada kenaikan apa segala macam. Kan
Iya.
itu yang orang-orang Indo pada takutin biasanya gitu. Saya
Iya.
juga kan dulu
Dan
kerja di company internasional juga ya kayak gitu. Pada diprotes kalau naiknya 10% per year gitu kan.
ya,
Digebukin, saya yang digebukin.
ya.
Bukannya
Enggak,
bos-bos gede yang di US.
intinya sih gini Pak, to add to what is Pak Andi bilang ya kan. Kita nih benar-benar serius mau build up our portfolio gitu. The more solutions, makanya kita very concentrate on several clients aja gitu loh Pak. The more solutions that we can give you extensively is actually very very supportive to our portfolio juga gitu loh Pak. Ya kan? Jadi makanya everything ya kita bicarakan ke sini yang Bapak tadi tanya language-nya apa segala macam gimana mau mudah nggak mengubahnya segala macam itu mudah kita jawab juga gitu Pak. Jadi intinya sih apa namanya kita bisa ngikut bisa fleksibel gitu Pak. Ya
Bahkan
mungkin
kalau misalnya ada feature yang mesti ditambahin along the way segala macam, kita juga bisa langsung bikin gitu on the spot. Ya, jadi nggak nunggu approval dari US lah, dari Germany lah, dari mana gitu-gitu, Pak.
nggak ada Pak, nggak ada.
Ya. Iya,
Decision maker-nya bertiga ini Pak.
iya, betul.
Iya. Oke. Ya, I think saya udah lihat cukup ya. Nanti mungkin saya diskusikan laporan lah ke Pak Yo gitu. Apa sih about, karena saya tiba-tiba kan juga kemarin
Ya.
diajak
Boleh
join,
kerasan Pak, sorry Pak, speakernya Pak. Ya.
iya diajak join meeting gitu ya. Ya,
Hmm.
nanti saya kasih laporan lah kan Pak Yo nggak hadir di sini, apa sih yang
Iya,
sudah dipresentasikan. Ya, nanti saya cerita
iya,
lah.
Hmm.
iya,
Ya
iya,
mungkin
dan kita
bagusnya
juga
next step-nya gini aja Pak, cari 1-2 proses yang kira-kira kita bisa automate gitu. Mungkin bikin dashboard kayak, mungkin bikin approval ini itu segala macam gitu. Nggak usah banyak-banyak, 1-2 aja dulu gitu. Nanti kita bikin mini negosiasi, baru kita go to the next step lagi gitu.
iya Pak.
Ya, kita mau berhasil juga kan gitu. Kita mau juga kita jualan, kita berhasil meng-answer semua semua ini ya requirement-nya kan gitu.
Iya. Ya kalau POC sih saya rasa mungkin eh, kalau dilihat dari tadi sekilas gitu ya, saya rasa mungkin gitu, memungkinkan untuk
Iya,
ini dilakukan. Tapi yang tadi yang saya bilang yang terpenting adalah bagaimana benar-benar menggali user requirement, itu yang paling penting.
iya
Segala
betul.
sistem semua sih saya rasa bisa gitu ya, asalkan tadi usernya juga mau transparan, jujur gitu ya, memberikan informasi yang benar-benar gitu. Itu pasti bisa sih, saya
Ya,
believe.
oke oke.
Iya.
Cuma
Ini Pak,
tadi kan
so,
kita perlu apa namanya ya, kalau ini kan based on project gitu ya.
ya,
Sementara kalau kita propose ini project ini eh, siapa yang harus mempropose projectnya, dari bisnis atau dari IT gitu.
ya,
Hmm.
Kalau ini kan saya tadi menceritakan ini loh ada
Hmm.
masalah, tapi balik lagi kan bisnis yang memutuskan gitu. Saya nggak
Hmm.
bisa.
Ya nggak apa-apa Pak.
Ya,
Itu kalau yang itu kayaknya kita mesti bicara terpisah lah Pak sama Pak Yo ya kan. karena kan beliau juga kena impact-nya juga kan, gitu Pak, ya kan. Ya itu separate lah Pak. Cuman ya itu tadi apa namanya on the details-nya aja itu yang kita saya setuju apa namanya usernya juga mesti jujur ya kan, kasih kriteria yang benar ya kan, jawaban yang benar. Nanti mungkin ya untuk deep dive-nya ya kita pasti ada tim gitu Pak untuk keliling gitu ya kan ke departemen-departemen gitu.
Ya seperti itu sih kondisinya.
Mhm.
Ya saya nggak tahu nanti nextnya gimana karena ya ini kan baru penawaran ya, maksudnya kita nggak pernah tahu ada apa. Ya ini kan harus di create as a project gitu. Ini belum masuk
Betul.
dalam timeline dan roadmap untuk
Hmm.
introduce ini.
Iya, iya. Iya Pak, ya mohon apa namanya didiskusikan ya kan kepada Pak Yo dan manajemen juga. Ya kembali lagi kalau misalnya itu ada pertanyaan atau apapun kita siap Pak gitu. Gitu.
Ya.
Dan Pak Andi apa namanya ke Jakarta lagi kapan ya Pak ya?
End of Oktober 25.
Oke,
25
ya.
sampai
Kalau misalnya
seminggu lah.
memungkinkan
Depan.
juga ya
Nanti kita
ketemu
ketemu
face
nggak
to
apa?
face. Ya,
Ya.
ketemu face to face kalau bisa apa namanya
Ya.
sama Pak Sony sama Pak Yo gitu.
Ya.
Oh,
Nanti
they are
saya
not in
datang ke
Medan.
kantor
I thought they are in Medan. Not Medan.
Jakarta.
Oh, are you in Medan or Jakarta, Keke?
I thought in Medan. They are the factory in Medan, right? No. Jakarta.
Yes, I know. But have to meet in the HQ first, the headquarter first. Yeah.
Oh, in Jakarta. I see. Okay.
Mm, mm,
Okay.
mm. Yeah. Yeah. Oke
By the
Pak
way, I need
Sony
to
apa namanya?
jump to another meeting,
Yeah.
so I need to
Yeah.
go now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oke.
Yeah.
Mau gimana Pak Andi? Lanjut aja atau gimana? Atau gimana?
Nggak apa. You guys can go ahead, but I need to jump to another meeting.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Thank you Pak Andi.
Yeah. Thank you Pak.
Yeah.
Thank you Pak Sony ya.
Thank you Pak Andi.
Yeah. Pak Sony, jadi
Iya.
next-nya gimana Pak? Baiknya Pak, Bapak diskusi dulu internal gitu ya Pak. Yang habis itu yang small apa namanya flow-nya itu kita bantu buatin atau gimana Pak?
Saya belum bisa make decision sih sebenarnya, to be honest. Jadi yang target saya waktu diinfokan adalah saya sedang tidak mencari ini gitu. Saya mau dipresentasikan sesuatu dan mau courtesy meeting gitu sebenarnya. Jadi I'm not entitled to make any decision sih jadi.
Iya, sure. No problem. Jadi
Yeah,
Bapak mau diskusi dulu kan?
Ya. Jadi kita udah tahu, udah dikenalkan. Nanti next-nya gimana? Mungkin saya akan kontak Pak
Andi atau Pak Keke atau saya juga nggak ada masalah ya. Semuanya ya.
Something like that lah. Yang penting kita udah dikenalkan.
Iya.
Dan kan tadi saya cerita isu kan. Bukan berarti itu harus di-solve segera atau apa segala macam. Ya lebih ke sana sih.
Ya, understood Pak. Understood. Keke, please give Pak Sony time, right? He will discuss internally because he's not in the capacity to make any decisions in terms of a small flow, projects to work on us, right? But we have to be patient and then we have to give Pak Sony time.
Sure. Yeah. Let us know if you need any help from our side. Demo, any other
no worries. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Pak. Thank you so much ya Pak Sony ya. Appreciate it Pak. Have a good afternoon.